I'm on the building right there. That's
Oh yeah,
me.
true.
Woo! Woo! Nice. You want me to sit right here?
Yeah. I asked if you have full
All
body
right,
because
cool,
if
cool.
if you do, you turn off the seats, but you don't, so it's fine.
I I do have full body, but I sit in a deflated beanbag, so
Okay.
it'll look like my feet are up here, and I'll look
Yeah, don't worry about it.
even more gremlin-like, you know?
Hold on here. Let me switch the scenes. There we go. If you want to, it's completely optional because you're streaming. If you see that cube over there, the like the white
Yeah.
thing,
Put
that's
my camera in there.
if you put your camera in there and switch it to your stream camera and then put it in full screen. Basically, I have cameras here and it switches between all the scenes.
Ooh,
So
I'll try that.
just don't put your face in there unless you want your eyeballs to melt.
Let's see. Let me switch my scene really quick.
Yeah, and then you see basically what I see. It's basically just a view of you and I, and then I can switch all the scenes around. Darling in the Frank suit.
Oh, wow. Woo!
Yeah, exactly. So
fuck, my
I'll
camera's right here.
yeah, it's fine. You can if you turn off nameplates too, because they'll show up. Yeah. I'll show you what all these cameras do real quick, then we'll start. So like, there's one for me, one for armchairs, which is the 2 chairs, couch, whole set, host/chair, and then audience camera, and then we'll just go back.
I wonder, can I hide this, like, right down here?
I just stick it in the floor. That's what I do, or like behind me. Like I keep putting it in the floor. Yeah, there you go. All right.
I hid it behind your desk. All right.
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my show. It's called Late Night with Rebel. That's me, that one Rebel. Welcome, welcome. And today we have a special guest here with me. Without further ado, here is SNOWSOS. What's up? Welcome to the show, gamer.
Hey, thank you for having me on. Thank you.
So, for people who don't know, who are you, man? Like, who is SNOWSOS? Like, how'd you come up with your name? How'd you get into VR chat?
I am a YouTuber slash streamer, I guess content creator. My friends call me an internet
Were you
funny
a
man.
YouTuber first?
Yeah, so I started on YouTube making really shitty quality videos.
Mhm.
I don't know how many years ago. I did like Dark Souls lore videos for a while. Those got a little bit of attention. And then I got into making VR chat videos. And then once those kind of started getting attention, I turned that into streaming, basically. And now I do both.
Did you start in
So, yeah.
desktop or did you start VR?
I started in desktop, I think on New Year's, so January 1st, 2018.
Okay.
I think that was my first time playing VR chat. And I was in desktop for a week, and then I liked the game so much that I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get VR. And then I've experienced anime titties in VR ever since, and I can't play desktop anymore.
So you're a Zoomer then?
Yeah.
In VR chat.
Yeah, basically.
I'm
one of the new blood.
You know what I'm referring to? I made a meme on Twitter a while ago.
Yeah, you showed me the VR chat boomers and zoomers.
Yeah. I forgot I made that meme a long time ago. But yeah, basically to explain what that meme is, I pretty much said that if you played VR chat prior to the Gun and Knuckles started roughly in early December, but I think it really picked up on like December 21st, I think is the exact date, because somebody made a video of them like doing their thing, and that's when it really blew up. So by the time
I think that wedding video really blew up, where they were having like a Ugandan Knuckles wedding, and there was all the clicking. Yeah, that's how I found out about it too.
And then
good times.
That was basically boomers were prior to that, and then zoomers. I jokingly said that you're after Uganda Knuckles are doing, like when that blew up. So
yeah, pretty much. I was in there like right at the height of it. Like everyone was a Knuckles when I started playing. I miss it too. A lot of people hate the Knuckles. I loved it because I like jumping around the public worlds and meeting new people. So Knuckles was definitely the peak, I feel, of VR chat.
It was fun until it was fun at the start, but I feel like as it progressed, it just got annoying to me personally, because I would go to Publix to meet people and do my stick of being Kenny K. Cone. If you didn't know, I used to play a dude and I used to have a country accent, like, "What's up, bro? What's going on? Let's go hunt some traps or whatever." Like that's what I used to do as a joke. And I would go to Publix to do that bit. And when I went to like Guy at Night, Penthouse at Night, Nightclub, Old Void Club, whatever public world that had people, Great Pug, half the world's just Uganda Knuckles, and they'll just annoy the people, and then the people leave. So like the whole world is just Uganda Knuckles, and I can't exactly do my stick if everyone's being annoyed, and like I'm being interrupted by them clicking constantly. So it kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, I feel kind of differently. For me, like, I don't know, I like I was always about that cancer. Like, if you watch my old videos, I was like in worlds where like Adolf Hitler's doing the YMCA would join my world, and like I'd party with them. And then like people had 9/11 avatars with like planes crashing into them and stuff.
Dude.
Yeah, so I
That's
was
edgy,
all about
man.
that. To me, that was way more fun because like nowadays everyone's like in private worlds, and publics they usually get DDoSed or crashed, or at least they try to.
Yeah.
Or like people whip out, you know, models that try and get my stream taken down and stuff like that.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So how'd you go about designing your OC, your character that you have here? Like, how did that process happen?
Well, it goes through a lot of variations, but when I started playing the game, everyone was using the Whoops, the ghastly fox girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool, but like I want an avatar that most, you know, isn't super common. So I found this other fox girl that I thought was pretty cute.
Okay.
It's like a petite little fox girl. His name's Seki, and no one was using it. So I started using it, and then eventually I started editing it. And then when XXX Tentacion died, I completely redid the model. So I added a bunch of face tats and like knuckle tats and jewelry and all black clothing and made the hair white. And then from there on, I started like commissioning artwork, and it departed from the model I used and just became its own separate entity.
So what you just said is that you're the reason why VR chat, most people's avatars have tattoos and all that stuff. It's because of you, man. I blame you.
I didn't start the face tat thing, but my friends did. My friend Claude and Brandon, they were like the first people in VR chat to start putting face tats on. They put a bunch. They did like 6ix9ine avatars, X avatars, Little Peep. They also started the whole trend of like Gucci and like just like cloutwear, streetwear, stuff like that. Yeah, they were way back when they had like a Rose Gang type thing that was going on, and yeah, they kind of started that wave. But yeah, I kind of stole the the drip from them. So I won't take credit for inventing it, but maybe I made it a little popular.
I was just joking.
Back then.
I was joking a bit. So that's interesting because I always ask that question. Like I feel like obviously anyone that watches my interview probably gets like, oh, you asked this question like 20 times. So it's always interesting to learn how people first got involved in this game and how, you know, people create their avatars, because this game is all about your avatar essentially, right? Like everyone tries to stick out, try to be unique.
Everyone wants to be an individual, but they all use like the same base, pretty much.
Except for me, dude, and some people, you know.
Hey, custom base.
Yeah. So then my next question is, tell me about the YouTube content, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Just let me. I'll explain. So it's tough for me to actually admit this, but actually, I don't watch anyone really on Twitch or on YouTube for VR chat, like anyone at all.
I don't either.
Like I don't. I watch for maybe like I click somebody for like a minute and then I just leave. Like, admittedly, it really sucks because all of these people are my friends, but I just can't watch VR chat stuff. I'd rather just play the game for myself.
On Twitch in particular, I don't really watch streams. Before I started streaming, like I maybe stopped by Tyler One's stream once, and maybe Dr. Disrespect stream like a few times, but like I never really. I'd rather play a game than like watch someone else stream it. So even now, when I only stop by my friend's stream to like show them support or whatever, I don't really sit down and watch Twitch content. But I don't watch like any VR chat YouTubers at all, ever.
Well, I watch
because I just do
Twitch
my own thing.
streamers. I just don't watch anyone related to VR chat. If I don't watch them because I'd rather just talk to them, like DM them or just talk to them in game rather than like talk to them through chat, because I don't know, I find that distracting. So, but anyway, the reason why I said that is because I never actually watched any of your content. Like, I didn't know who you were, like, honestly, for a long time. And I knew that you told me that you were a YouTuber. So today, like, not that long ago, a couple hours ago, I was like, all right, I'll check out his YouTube. Let's see what he's got. And to my surprise, I mean, it shouldn't really be a surprise, honestly. Obviously, I mean, a lot of your content is like very clickbait, you know?
Well, there's like a clickbait. I mean, my audience really likes like the clickbait, and I try and meme it up a lot.
I
But
mean,
my content
I
is
think everyone
typically
does.
super suppressed and stuff like that. It's very on the nose. Like almost all my videos are demonetized or age restricted. I'm very much known as the not safe for work like streamer, and I kind of run with that brand too. Like my main logo is the psyche face with band
Yeah,
over the
just gonna
eyes
ask
and like
about that.
aesthetic print and
I mean,
stuff like that.
I get it. I understand it because I used to be a YouTuber, but I was always like not about clickbait. I was like, I'm gonna be a true Let's Player and play the games. And that never worked out for me anyway, so look at me now. But
I mean, like a lot of my videos do have clickbait thumbnails, but like that content is in the videos. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
if there's like an ass or a pair of tits in the thumbnail, you can be damn sure like there's an ass and pair of tits like
At least
in
give
the
you
video
that, 'cause
itself.
there's a lot of people that obviously use clickbait like a tits or whatever, and it's not even in the video. And you're just like, what the f, dude?
Well, I mean, the way clickbait work, clickbait's like
If you click it, man, it works. I mean,
it's kind of a necessary evil because
well,
you
yeah.
can have the best video ever, but if your video doesn't look appealing, like for someone to even initially click on it, like no one's gonna watch it. And my videos get suppressed anyway, so.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just try and make videos that my audience will like.
I
And I have fun with my thumbnails.
I had Drumsy on, so obviously he told me about it too. I mean, like, he says, like, if you ain't clickbaiting, then you ain't getting anywhere. To be honest with you here.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I'm not against it. I just thought it was funny because, like, a lot of them are just, like, tits and ass. But I would click for the video, I'm like, oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I do like...
I don't shy away from that. I
Yeah.
haven't changed my... I still don't make money off YouTube. I just do it for fun. Obviously, it, like, helps. Even though I don't make money off YouTube, it obviously feeds back into, like, the whole... like Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, like my whole kind of social Discord sphere community. So it all feeds back and trickles down eventually. But yeah, YouTube is mainly for like the fans and like
Well, yeah,
to get content
I mean,
out there.
YouTube's a shithole, dude. Everyone's getting demonetized no matter what you can do. That's why.
I mean, Twitch is kind of shit too. Twitch is like banning people left and right.
Yeah, but
also for apparently no reason.
Oh well. There's no perfect place, man. Being a Twitch streamer and YouTuber isn't a life career. It's more like just like a temporary thing. You just ride the waves, and if it doesn't work out, whatever, you know. Move on to the next thing.
That's why I've invested like significant amounts of time into like my Twitter and Instagram, so that like SNOWSOS isn't just like YouTube and Twitch. It's more of like it's a whole like online entertainment brand.
Community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you
So
mean.
I have like people on Instagram that don't watch me anywhere else. They just watch I upload like daily on Instagram. They just watch my little Instagram clips. And then I have people on Twitter that just like the hentai retweets. So I have really weird kind of sub communities out there too.
At least you're honest.
But yeah.
That's what I at least admire you for. At least you're honest about it, because I feel like a lot of people try and like shy away from it. Be like, oh, I'm not lewd. I don't do that stuff. And then you click their content. It's just like, you know, it's like, what the hell am I watching, dude? Like,
yeah, I've always tried to keep it like 100 with my chat. And as far as like the ban thing goes, like I don't know, I feel like a lot of the reason I don't watch a lot of VR chat YouTubers is I'm just like not a fan of the content. You know, it's kind of like I like what I do. I like when it's like it's really edgy and it's fun, and I don't give a fuck if it gets demonetized. I don't really like kind of like PG baby humor. I want like humor for people like me, like adult cultured people that like hentai and don't give a fuck what other people think. Yeah.
I get what you're putting down. So my next question, moving on, do you remember when we first met? And like, what's your thoughts on me? So what I mean by that, like, why me particular, and I'll give my thoughts on you. So to give context, why I'm asking this question to a lot of my guests is because I used to play a different character. I used to put on an accent for literally 12 hours a day whenever I played this game, and I would act like a character the entire time. I would never stop. It was basically like I was RP mode, like 24/7.
Pretty tiring, I bet.
Yeah, it
right?
was. So I stopped after a year and a half.
When we first met, I don't remember when it was, but I remember you were in like your tall suit avatar.
Yeah.
You had rings on, and I'm like, oh, I have a tall suit avatar that has rings too. And then I showed you, and I'm like, you should get your name on your rings. And then I showed you my watches too. That was the first time we met, because I remember that, because you were the only other person that had rings on every finger, and I was like, hey, that's clout.
That
I
must have
dig it.
been
Probably over a year ago.
well, yeah, just over because I got that was a Genoma model. This is not a Genoma model. That one was made by her, and I got that model like September-ish of 2018, so last year. And that's when I
Yeah.
told her, I was like, "Yo, add my name," because I had Kenny K Kona, and it was all 10 letters, 10 or 10 rings, 10 fingers, so it worked out.
Yeah.
It was
I think we might have met before that, but I don't think we really talked. There was like a big period of time where I just like didn't talk to other VR chat streamers and YouTubers. I felt like really exclude. A lot of people like I got banned on Twitch, and like I don't know, I didn't know any of the streamers. I wasn't in any of the social groups. So
Yeah.
like a lot of people were just like mad shit talking me, and a few of the streamers I did meet like in person like kind of treated me like shit. So I was like, wow, all these VR chat like content creators are real fucking pussies, dude. I don't want to fuck with any of them. So I just went off and did my own thing. I was like,
damn, dude.
super into the underground scene. Yeah.
I get what you
But then I
mean.
met a bunch of them, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
they're pretty cool. I was just like, some of them are kind of assholes.
I mean, it's the same for almost every community, man. Like, there's definitely gonna be like, there's people that I'm not gonna name names because I'm not about drama, but there's definitely some people I don't talk to or hang out with. Like, it just happens, you know. If I don't like them, I'm just not gonna associate myself with them. It's quite easy. I'm 24. I'm not in high school anymore.
I feel that.
So if I don't like them and I don't like the way they present themselves, either on or off stream, I'm not gonna bother with them. And some people don't like me already, man. It's just the way it is, man.
You don't even worry about. There's people that I've never talked to that just fucking hate me, or like people that I've talked to once and I didn't do anything like to them and they just dislike me, and it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks.
I mean,
Dislike me all you want.
I'll give an example, a really good example. When I made that community wall, or like, well, shouldn't call it a community wall. I should just call it my friends list, essentially, because 99% of them are on my friends list. That giant wall in the presentation room plus. I made that. I made that world, and
I'm on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so many people, just hate me for it. They're like, "Oh, I don't like you. I'm not on it. I don't like you." I'm like, "Okay, dude. All right." Sounds like a personal problem to me, you know? Like, shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It's sometimes hard to tell now that when you're a content creator, there's like a lot of people you meet, and it's hard to tell. Like, I don't know if this person just like wants to be my friend or if they want to be my friend because I'm like a streamer. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, for me, I don't know. Like, unless you make it blatantly obvious, you're just like looking at your hand constantly, then I wouldn't know. And most people actually don't know. Like, when I first meet them, that I'm a streamer because I never talk about it. Like, it's almost like I stream, but I never mention it. Like I would always mute myself. I'm talking to my chat or whatever. I never
hide it when you look at your hands.
Yeah,
like, run somewhere else.
Well, it's because I changed it, so I actually don't have to tilt my hand like this. I just have to look left. So if I look left, it just the chat pops up. So I have a different setup. I can even make it so my chat's permanently in my eyes or whatever. Like I used to hide it. Like nobody knew I was streaming because I just felt that if people knew I was streaming, then they would be disingenuous. Like in terms of when I go to Publix, people are like, "Oh, he's streaming. I'm gonna do something funny, or I'm gonna get a ban or something like that." Or if I was around other streamers, they're like, "Oh, he's streaming. I don't know who that guy is, or he's trying to bleach or whatever." So I was never telling anyone I'm streaming, and people are more genuine and more real with me. And they're like, "Oh crap, I didn't know you were a streamer. What the hell?" So.
Yeah, I usually try and keep it low key, but usually there's like someone that spots me or like that tries to follow me around and stuff like that. I don't know, I just kind of wish like I could go to Publix and there were enough people in Publix that I would just be lost in the sea of, you know, random people to meet. So that like people couldn't just go through Pug Worlds until they found me and then, you know, try and get on my screen and add me as a friend.
Yeah.
I really dislike that.
Yeah, so to finish the second point of this question is what my thoughts were on you. I didn't really answer that until now. So so my thoughts on when I first met you, I definitely knew that you were different for sure because I met a lot of other content creators prior to you, and I had a sense that you had that YouTube mentality because I don't know, I used to be a YouTuber years ago, like 5 years ago. I don't do YouTube anyway, but like I had that sense that I knew that this guy, he must be a YouTuber. I just knew it. And I don't know, I just thought you were chill because you had the rings and it was just fun, you know? You're just chill, lay back. You know, you're just doing your thing. You know, having fun. You're just like, whoa, look at those titties. I'm like, hell yeah, or whatever. I was like,
Yeah, like let me touch them. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot. Like there's certain people that I used to hang out with that I don't hang out with anymore, and they're like they swear like they're like, oh man, he's changed. Like he's not the same at all. But like if you watch me, like I still act entirely the same. I maybe like watch what I say more, just like I'm more cautious about what I say, I guess,
Yeah,
because
for streaming.
now I have like YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
for
not trying to
server
get
stuff.
banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've censored what I say more or less, but in terms of like how I act or like present myself, I'm pretty much the same. I don't tell people if people meet me for the first time, I don't tell them I'm a streamer because I feel like that kind of like ruins the interaction.
Well, then I
Yeah.
think in viewer chat, like I've seen it. I don't know if you ever checked the viewer chat Reddit or like Twitter and like the
I
people.
hate that place. They downvote me immediately. I absolutely fucking hate Reddit.
Okay.
A lot.
They just don't like streamers in general. Like they just think like we're the plague of the earth or something. I'm like, oh, okay.
I've been in so many public void clubs where there's just some e-boy douchebag in a mirror, like sitting there in his wolf boy model,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hold on, who's streaming? I'm gonna go crash him right now." And it's like,
Yep.
what the? Like, I literally just got here.
I go to Publix quite often still because I'm crazy. They don't know I'm streaming, but
Yeah.
somebody in those lobbies, just like you just described it literally. Like they don't know I'm streaming, but the guy says like openly, he's like, "I know someone's streaming in here. I'm gonna crash him." And I was just like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna go. Like, see ya." Like I didn't even say anything.
I don't know.
It's just like
I literally walk in and they're like, "Hold on, is there a streamer in here?" And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I haven't even talked to you. We've never met before. You have no idea who I am. I don't know what it is. It's probably just like jealousy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I get what
Trying to
you're saying,
flex
man.
like, oh, watch me crash the streamer with my fucking. I'm so good, dude.
So my next question is
a lot of fuckboys in this game.
True. What's your thoughts on this community over time? So what I mean by that, this can be open-ended, so it can be talking about your community over time, but it can also relate to VR chats, like compared to when you start playing this game to nowadays. Just like what's your thoughts on everything, like Twitter, in-game, people you've met?
I mean, in terms of VR chat, when I first started playing during the Knuckles boom, like there was such an influx of so many people that I don't know, I really like that. Like every day was a new experience. But now like the community has kind of retreated because a lot of the player base left. So now they've retreated into their kind of little like personal, I don't know, exclusion zones, and everyone just kind of like chillaxes in front of a mirror. I'm not really a huge fan of that. I kind of like getting out there, meeting new people, and it's kind of hypocritical because a lot of the times I'm in like friends only or friends plus worlds.
Yeah.
I try to keep it to like friends plus if I can, but that's just like because I keep getting crashed or DDoS, you know?
Yeah.
Like if that wasn't happening, I'd be in public like 24/7. But yeah.
It's understandable.
I don't know. It's kind of shitty what's happened to it. I really hope like a new huge Knuckles meme happens, which really revitalizes and shoots a bunch of fucking people back into this game, because then I think I would be able to go to Publix and people wouldn't know me again, and I'd be able to interact the way I used to.
I get what you're saying. Like, it's the same way. Well, like I can go to Publix because I'm not known, but like you're not missing much. Like I go to Publix.
Yeah, they're pretty dead when I go there.
Like
a lot of them.
I've openly admitted this and talked about it. Where like you can like search like your worlds like right now and go to public and go to the most popular worlds. It's like only like if you actually look at them like look at worlds. I'll just look really briefly here. Like I just keep looking.
My worlds even load.
Mine will load pretty fast. But when you look at like hot, which is like the popular now. Wait, why is it
272 in the Great Pug?
Yeah, why is
281 in Karita's Netflix and show.
But when you click them, like it says like 278 in like publics and 18 in private. That's pretty good, right? But when you go to like let's say like Room of Summer, that's not too bad. 48 public, 80 private. But when you go to like the Room of the Rain, 74 people in a public, 331 in a private world. So that world's super popular, but everyone's in a private world. So why the hell is it being?
Yeah, it's just like
up?
People want to just like. They want to like privately chillax in front of a mirror. That's like Because that's the people that's left on this game. Like a lot of the people, I feel like mostly content creators are the ones out there trying to go and like have fun and do exciting things, right? Everyone else is just kind of like, oh, I just want to stay in my private world with my friends and look at the avatar I'm working on. Which I mean is fine,
yeah.
but I feel like the game isn't thriving right now. They definitely need to do something because this
no
has been like
incentive.
what, like 1 year after the Knuckles, like 2 years after. I feel like it'll drop down even more unless something like revitalizes the game. It doesn't help that VR chat keeps breaking like old usable maps that like were fun. One of my favorite maps was hide and seek. Doesn't work anymore. My homeworld doesn't work anymore. Stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know. There's not enough new cool maps or like new people.
I talked about this before in other interviews, but just to reiterate, the reason why is because there's no incentive. So if you make avatars in this game, especially if you're a modeler and you get paid to do it and you sell your work and you get commissions, you get paid to do that. When you make maps, you don't get paid diggity nothing. There's nothing, right? There's no incentive to get paid.
I think VR Chat hired like 10 map makers, if I'm not mistaken, to do that basically, where they like paying them to make cool VR Chat maps, I think.
Yeah, where are they?
I'm pretty sure I heard that. Yeah, I have no
yeah, exactly my point.
Yo, there's no Halloween maps. It's October. There's like no new Halloween maps. They're all like old Halloween maps.
Well, actually,
like, the newest Halloween map I was at is Spanish Hub 2. That's the newest one I've been to.
Okay, what people did was they cheated the system for the Halloween. So what they did was they took their pre-existing map, whatever they made like a year ago, put some pumpkins in it, and called it a Halloween map.
Yeah, like there's like a ray tracing box is like a Halloween map. It's like that's a box with pumpkins. That's not fucking.
Yes, they did that because if you put the tags Halloween, it goes to that playlist and it gets more clicks because there's more people in your world. That's why they did it, because it's low effort. Like I said, they don't get paid to do it. So when people make these maps, they do it for free. So the people that make like murder and stuff like that, like the really cool maps, they did it for a pet project. They didn't get paid to do it. All the cool people that make really cool, like the horror, the really cool maps, they don't get paid to do it.
Yeah.
They don't get paid by VR Chat to do it. They get paid by their Patreons and if they stream or something like that. That's it. And I talked to some people that actually make really good maps, like really good stuff, and they charge upwards to $1,000 for a really good map, like a 10 out of 10 best map, chilling stuff. So imagine
that's a lot of money, dude.
Yeah, imagine paying someone $1,000 to make a map. No average user is gonna pay someone $1,000. They're gonna pay $50
The most
for an
ambitious
avatar.
one I can think of is Luxion's Final Fantasy World, right? Like that's like a 3-hour map or something. Yeah, I imagine that one would probably cost a lot if you were to commission it, because that's like it's like 3.5 hours or like 8 hours of content if you do everything.
And there's not there's not a lot of tutorial. There's some tutorials how to make maps and stuff, like how I did the camera system. It took me a while to figure out. And it's very infuriating. And like, there's just no incentive to create worlds. Now, obviously, this might be fixed when Udon comes out at the end of this year, end of 2019, December. Udon's supposed to be coming out, and VRChat's updating to Unity 2018. We're in 2017. That's supposed to happen by the end of October, or switching to 2018. And then shortly after that, supposedly, we're going to be going to Udon open beta or whatever, closed beta I think. Closed beta and then open beta and then full release by the end of this year. I don't know, maybe that will happen or not, but for those who don't know, Udon is basically a program or like a system that's going to be coming to VRChat, and it's basically going to drastically improve world creation. So basically, if you really wanted to make like Counter-Strike or Murder or any game mode that you can think of with triggers or scary maps, that's what Udon's for. It's basically just a really revolutionary idea to make maps like 10,000 times better. But it's just an idea.
It's basically Playmaker, right?
Yeah.
From last year?
Yeah, it's basically Playmaker, but in-house.
Okay.
Playmaker was third party. It was made by somebody else that wasn't part of the VRChat team. And so they scrapped that idea because if they were to implement Playmaker last year, they would have to keep talking to that one dev and keep being like, yo, we're updating VRChat, you need to update Playmaker. So imagine like you can't update your game because you have to talk to this dude and be like, yo, update Playmaker. Oh, you're not going to do it for 2 weeks? Then we can't update VRChat. That's very annoying. So they rather make their own system called Udon, and they've been working on that for the past year. Supposedly coming out within this year. Dab. So I don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, hopefully they fix the I think it's the IK, but basically, I don't know if you remember if you've ever played Smooth Octopus's like shooting Electric Sands map. That was like my favorite map in all of VR chat. But it's like it's impossible to kill anyone now. Like what you can shoot someone like 50 times and the like hit detection just doesn't fucking work because like I don't know, update after update has broken it. But when that game like first came out, it was like a VR sandbox kind of battle royale shooter thing in-house in VR chat. And it was like the most fun I think I've ever had.
Oh, I think
We did crazy stuff.
Was it the one where you
It was like a huge neon map.
Yeah,
You'd spawn and then you'd
yeah.
fall down.
Yeah, you had like
there
50 guns and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
there was so much cool shit. It's a huge desert
I
map.
remember
There's all
that.
these like crazy neon lights. There were like giant floats, like a
battle
whale
royale,
float that you could
basically.
use as a shield. Yeah, basically. We would do
remember that.
capture the flag and crazy
Well,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
that's one of the
was a
reasons
cool
why
time.
nobody spends time to make maps because you work on something
They'll
and
be
then,
broken.
and then you fix and then you VR chat updates, your whole map's broken. GG. Like
Yeah.
it's just why. That's why there's no incentive to do it. You're not gonna get paid to do it, so you're spending hundreds of hours on a pet project, and two, your work's just gonna break. So people are a lot of people are just waiting for Udon or just giving up. Like a lot of really cool, like I know a lot of map creators that make a really lot of cool stuff. All of them quit because they thought Playmaker was gonna come out. It didn't come out. It's almost 2 years later. They're just like, I'm done. So sucks. And I wish Udon came out way. It should have came out last year. I feel like it should have came out. And I feel like even if Udon does successfully come out by the end of this year, I feel like nothing's really gonna happen until like 6 months. So like sometime in like 2020 is when people are actually gonna, because the tools are gonna come out, but nobody knows how. No one's gonna know how to use them, right? You can't just give tools and expect I'm gonna make this game and now I know how to do it. It's gonna take months before people figure out how to do things in this game. So
yeah, probably. Or like a lot of trial and error, I'm sure.
So anyway, my next question technically is related to Udon. What would you like to see in VR chat when Udon does come out?
Fixed IK for sure. I want to see more shooters like Electric Sands and more horror maps. Those are like my two favorite things, I think. Is VR shooters, because there's something about like holding a gun in VR, and like there's a lot of games that do that. But in those games, I can't be my personal avatar, and I can't be shooting like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, or you know, some other like hilarious thing. Like there can't be like a flying, I don't know, anime girl, or a cute little cat burrito with a gun. Like I think that's what's like really fun about the game, especially shooting games when like, yeah, maybe you don't want to be a huge avatar because you're a huge target, but maybe you're like a giant bowl of spaghetti and it's funny to you or something. I don't know. There's cool stuff like that you could do. But I'd also like to see more horror maps. I really fuck with VR horror a lot. I actually, my YouTube channel started as like I would play Amnesia and stuff. I was very much riding the I want to be like PewDiePie when I was in high school. So yeah, VR horror is like particularly
apparently
terrifying because you
Dead
feel
Station
like you're in the
just came
experience.
In VR chat.
Dead Station?
Something like that.
What is that?
It's like a prologue.
I think I saw someone on it yesterday.
It's like a prologue. It's not out yet.
I don't know what it is.
It's like a horror map.
Okay.
In space.
Yeah, I think I saw someone testing it yesterday. I was like, ooh, what's that? But then I looked in New Worlds and it wasn't there.
I think, and then Hagi's Dungeon Part 3 is supposed to come out this month, so that's supposed to be the big boy horror map.
Yeah. I think Rar's Horror, like, Ride Part 2.
Yeah.
Or is it 3? I think that comes out on the 24th or something as well. That one's really cool too, because it's like, it reminds me of those theaters you go to where the chairs move and it's kind of like on an adventure, and then like they spray wind at you and like, yeah, it reminds me of that.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. I'm actually scared of horror games, but I still do it because it's other people's enjoyment to watch me scream like a little girl.
Yeah. So. Everyone says I scream like SpongeBob when I get scared.
What the hell?
Apparently. Yeah.
All right.
I don't see it.
So so to go back to like the community stuff. So like how has your community grown over time in terms of because we talked about VR chat, but let's talk about your community. Has it grown over time in terms of like you're originally a YouTuber, now you're a streamer? Like how did that go? Like would you just like I'm gonna start streaming instead?
Well, I was a YouTuber. I wasn't making any money, and then I'm like, I'm gonna start streaming because I met a girl. I don't remember who it was, but she's like, someone donated $1,000 for me to do 100 squats or something. And I
All
was like,
right.
people donate money. I'm like, people donate money to you to do squats in virtual reality. Like you're not
Yeah.
even doing them IRL. And she's like, yeah. And then the next day I started my stream and I'm the first like male streamer to do like VR chat squats. It was like a whole meme. Cause like that's the whole reason I started. I'm like, you can make money doing that shit. I'm like, I should get on this.
What do you mean? I do
And then the next
squats.
day I was like, I'm doing one squat, $1, and I've done that for
Yeah.
my entire streaming career. A lot of fucking squats.
Yeah, I
But
started. I
yeah.
started doing that not too long ago because I wanted to get index and full body. I already
Mhm.
did. Well, I didn't do all the squats, but I need to. I'm up $200. That's 200 squats. The
Yeah.
goal is
There's always like a
1,500.
backlog. Sometimes I'm just like, all
Yeah.
right, I need to make up for like these squats that I missed. But I usually keep a tally. But in terms of the community that you asked for,
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about creating a community. So like when I first started streaming and like my YouTube started taking off,
Mhm.
like obviously a bunch of people are like, make a Discord, make a Discord. So I made one. And like back in the day, like that shit was the Wild West. Like we only had like one moderator and myself, and
Hell
we didn't
yeah.
know how the fuck to like run a Discord or a community or the do's and don'ts. So there was like a lot, and our Discord was really scuffed too. Text to speech was on for some reason.
Oh
So
no.
there's like a clip of me on stream, just like, and all of a sudden, like the N word starts blasting, and I'm like, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. I just hear the N word over and over
Oh my
again.
god. Yeah, I had
But
to turn all that stuff
yeah,
off.
a lot of learning and a whole lot of new members later, and now I have like a pretty thriving community that's pretty awesome. If I could give any advice to like people that are looking to make a community,
Mhm.
like be very involved in like telling your community what is and isn't acceptable from the start. And like if there are any like bad apples that are like negatively impacting your community, make sure you like axe them really quick and like get them the fuck out of there before they just like turn everything kind of toxic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
get
yeah,
you, man.
my because of that, I think like my community more than most is like really well behaved. But yeah, they're awesome. It does kind of I don't know about you. I'm interested to know, but in my community, it feels less like I'm part of the community and more like I'm like a parental figure that like I care and like take care of the community. Does that make sense? Like, do you feel like that? Or...
Yeah, I feel okay. I get what you're saying because I would have people in my chat tell me like they want like advice from me like in terms of like either streaming or just playing
Yeah,
VR chat.
a lot.
They're like, how do you talk to people in this game? How you so fluid? Like, how do you just talk to any random person in this game? I don't know how to talk to people, and it's puzzles me for a while because it's just like, wait, how do you like not know how to talk to someone? And I was just like, oh yeah, I mean, there are people that don't really talk in this game, and so a lot of people looked up to me like sort of like a role model, even though I don't think I'm a good one, but I'm doing my best, you know?
Yeah, people tell me that a lot, and I keep telling them I'm like a horrible fucking role model. Don't take,
Yeah,
don't
streamers aren't the best role
don't
models,
use
just
me
so
as
you
a
know.
role model. Yeah, there's also like sometimes you get hit with like sometimes like people think you're their therapist or something. Like I try to respond to like all DMs that I can, but then sometimes people just like I
Hit
don't know,
you
they
with the
come to
heavy
me with like
stuff?
serious problems. Yeah, and
Oh
it's like,
yeah.
dude, like I like can't help you with this. Like you need to go seek like actual help. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
just stream video
I
games. I'm like,
it always puts me in a tough situation when people say that like I'm not gonna mention names or give like really good. Let's just say there's people that come to me or other streamers, and it's quite often, not just in this community, but in just VR or sorry, in Twitch in general, and they either like donate like $5, and they're just like, you know, I'm really down. Can I give some advice? You know, this stuff's happening to me, and my best advice is don't like donate to people. Do not donate to a streamer or like live vicariously through us. That's not going to do any help. If you need help, talk to professionals. There's people out there that are going to give you that help. Whether you know either you need medication, whether you need therapy, those are the people that are going to be helping you. Us as streamers,
mm-hmm.
we're not therapists. We're not your whatever. You know, we're not like that. We're here to just have fun and entertain, so please don't. Please, do not donate to me if you're gonna do that stuff. Like, I don't like that stuff. I'll refund. Like,
Yeah.
don't.
I try to help with like the small things, but when it's like something like really big and like serious, I'm
Yeah,
like I have no idea what the fuck to do with this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's different if like someone's like, hey, here's $5. I had a bad day, but you made my day better. Like that's fine. But if it's like $5.
Yeah, I like those in particular.
It's like if it's like $5, I'm feeling really down. I'm depressed all the time. I got no life, no job, and all this like bad stuff. I'm just like that's too much for me, man. Like I'm not your therapist. Like please don't donate. Please go use that money that you just donated. Use it on a therapist or somebody that has professional help, please.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've experienced this, but I found out that like a lot of people that like they don't really like view streamers as like just like ordinary other people. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people like don't treat me like another person.
They treat you like a god.
Whatever. Like not necessarily. I don't want to see them like not god complexy, but it seems like they never like take like how you. No, they just don't take like how you feel or like your whole situation into account. You know, like a lot of people are like, hey, here's $10, add me on VR chat. And I'm like, sorry, I don't accept a VR chat friend request. Like, there's just too many. And they're like, wow, you're a fucking dickhole, dude.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck, dude? I just gave you 10 of my fucking dollars. And you won't even, like, hang out and be my best friend? And it's like, I don't even know you. Like, if I accepted all my chat's friend requests, I'd have 100 people breathing over my shoulder, like, at all times. Like, I can't do that. And they're like, you're a fucking dickhead. Like, you're the worst. I don't know. It's just like...
I get that. I get that, too. Like... There's definitely people in my chat that do add me, and they're like in game, and they're just like purely a viewer, and I'm just like I don't really add viewers. Like it's different if you randomly bump into me and like I get to know you and then I friend you. That's different. But if like you're donating or just watching me purely just to be on your friends list, because there's many times I've met people in this game that will like I overhear them because they probably don't know I'm there, but like they're like, dude, I just added that one rebel and he's friends with Whoops and friends with all these other big streamers. I'm like, okay, dude.
There's so many times in this game where I fucking hear people and they don't think I hear them. It's like, dude, we're in the same world. I'm standing 20 feet away from you. Like I can fucking hear exactly what you're fucking saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? So many fucking times.
Oh,
it's crazy, dude. Yeah, people get angry too. Like sometimes I meet a lot of the time the people that do act up, it's like people that don't even watch my stream. They're just like, oh, you're that one streamer, let me add you. And I'm like, no. And they're like, wow, what the fuck, you're an asshole. I'm like, you don't even watch me. Like you just want to add me because I'm a streamer. You literally have no idea who the fuck I am.
Yeah, there's people that like collect streamers like Pokemon cards or something. They're like, oh man, I got SNOWSOS on my friends list, dude. Bro, I want to get this other streamer, bro.
Yeah, the shit that really pisses me off is when I don't accept friend requests. So they like not screenshot. They like clip me scrolling through my friends list, and then friend my friends. I had this one fucking dude.
Yeah.
He was taking screenshots of the girls on my friends list, and then he DM'd me like, hey, do you know this girl's like IG and like her Twitter? And I'm like, are you fucking insane? Why the hell are you like looking? You've never met this fucking person. You don't even have VR. Like are you trying to like date this girl that you've seen once on my stream? Are you fucking insane? I don't know. Some people are just fucking weird sometimes.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. I don't know. It's definitely weird because I never experienced this stuff, but like because I have friends who've been streaming a lot longer than I have, they tell me these stories all the time. Like, dude, you're gonna deal with these people like all the time, man. Like it's just gonna happen randomly. Yeah. There's gonna be people that bring up stuff that happened a year ago, like drama. I'm just like, what the hell? I'm like, no way. Like no one's gonna care. And then like yeah, it happens. Like people bring up stuff that like is irrelevant. I'm just like, okay, you're blocked, you're banned. Like, why are you bringing crap up that happened a year ago? Calm down.
There's also people that like, hey, remember me? And I met them like once a year ago. I'm like, sorry, I don't. They're like, wow, you don't remember me?
Yeah, I get
We met like that one time, like 12 months ago. And I'm like, I meet like new people every single day. Like, sometimes I don't even know who's in my chat. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. They also get pissy about that too.
Yeah, it's weird. It's all about them, man.
But yeah, that's basically what I meant by like not a lot of people treat you as a person. I didn't mean like they treat me like a god, but like more like they don't consider how I feel.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's like one-sided.
Or deal with.
Is what you're trying to say. Like...
Yeah, not that like being a streamer is like super difficult, but I don't know. People just for some reason think I like play video games and think I'm rich and like I have no problems and like I'm just a fucking dickhead because I won't add them or because of this or that. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's
like I'm a person.
Streamers with problems. I know some streamers that like Like, there's a reason why I actually don't look at my view count. Like, I actually turn that shit off. I'm thankful that Twitch actually has that option because I actually get anxiety from either nobody's watching me or too many people are watching me. So I just turn it off so I never know if people are talking in my chat, and I'm just
Really?
happy. Yeah, because well, I talked about this on Twitter publicly, but like, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but what I
No, go
meant
ahead.
was, so like last year when I started streaming, I had a lot more viewers because VRChat was popular at the time. And then I had this bot that would tell me like every like 10 minutes like how many viewers I had. And it would tell me if it went up or down, and then heavily affected the way I streamed because it was just like, oh, nobody's streaming, I'm not gonna do anything, or like, oh, nobody's streaming, I'm gonna like get hyper or something like that, or like, more people streaming, I'm gonna do something stupid. Like, it just like really
Hmm.
affected my emotions, and like I just got like to me, and it's I would get down, I would feel depressed, but like, I'm not going to stream today. No one's going to watch me. Or some days I'm like, oh, I'm going to stream because I got hosted or rated. It's like, it's
Yeah.
a wave. So I didn't want to deal with that anymore. So I just turned it off.
The way I saw it is I always saw like my view count when I was like growing my channel. Like it was like slowly but surely going up, so I kind of saw it as like progress towards whatever. And now it's pretty steady, but like sometimes I like plan events or something, or like I do something and I see it like bump up by a little bit, and I just count that as like a little like milestone
Hmm.
every single time, you know? Yeah.
Well,
I
no,
don't know.
another reason why I don't actually really watch somebody, I'll admit it. I talked about it before to my stream and to some people. One of the big actual reason why I don't actually watch anyone is because I don't know if it's just like something I have mentally that I'm just born with, but like I get envious and jealous of like other streamers a lot based on like what they're doing. Like they're just in front of a mirror and they're having more viewers than I do. So like that actually impacts me mentally because I'm just like, wow, they're like doing like nothing and they're getting way more attention than I am, but I'm actually doing stuff. So like it affects me. So that's one of the reasons why I actually don't really watch anybody. I don't want to watch other people what they're doing. I want to just focus on myself. That sounds selfish, but it's the truth. I just want to have to deal with it, you know? I don't want to like
Yeah.
watch other people and be like, "Oh my god, I have to do what they're doing," or like, "Oh, I got to do this thing," or they're,
I
you know,
usually sorry to cut you off, but
it's fine.
I usually see it like a learning experience. So for example, when I was starting out, I'm pretty competitive. uh I would like find streamers that were like slightly above me, and I'd like work to try and get past them in like follows or views or like whatever, or like average viewers
Mhm.
watched or whatever. So I'd look up their stats and I'd look up mine, and then I'd like keep going until I like overtook them, and then I'd pick someone else, and I'd like, I'd see how often they're streaming, and I'd like follow that shit really closely. But then like after a while, I stopped doing it, and I kind of just started focusing more on, because I stream the game every day, so I kind of just started focusing more on like the stream itself rather than like that competitive kind of energy. But there's like a lot of times where like not even from streams but from YouTube clips and stuff, like even bigger streamers, where I'd see what they're doing and it'd like inspire me to do something similar. So a big example, my face reveal when I did it, shout out. I'm
Whoa.
pretty sure it's still like the best face reveal that's happened in VR chat. I was super inspired by Dr. Disrespect and Tyler One and what they were doing with green screens, and how they were like bringing a almost like a theatrical element to
Mhm.
their stream. It was like it seemed really fun and really improv-y and like kind of crazy but like funny at the same time. So I try to like I bought a green screen, I bought lights, I try to incorporate that. I had a lot of fun with that. There's like I see other things now that other big streamers are doing that I kind of want to like test similar things out too. But yeah, usually I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not envious of like the big boy streamers that like, oh man, this person has a Lamborghini and they have a lot of bitches, because I want
Yeah,
a
sure.
Lamborghini and a lot of bitches too.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
wish I had tons of fucking money and like millions of viewers. But it's more just like I see them as like, okay, what are they doing, and how can I like learn from what they're doing and apply it to myself to like elevate the brand and the content. Yeah.
For me, I couldn't do that. Well, because whenever I compared myself to other streamers, like I wanted to, they have more followers than me, or like sometimes like I'll look at
Yeah.
somebody and I'm not a partner obviously, so like I'll look at somebody who has like way less followers than me, like half the followers I do, and they'll be partner. But like, how do they do that? How do they get their partner? How do they get that partnership? Why can't I have my partnership? I have way more followers than they do. So like it would always negatively impact me. So like I never wanted to look at what other people are doing. Because it's too
Mhm.
negative for me. For you, I guess it's fine, but for me, I can't do that. Like it just
I went through a similar thing when I wasn't partnered. There were people that were, whoo, their viewer counts and follows were way under mine, and they were partnered. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm doing way more than this guy, obviously, but he's fucking partnered and I'm not. Like, why the fuck does Twitch and VR chat hate me? I still feel kind of like that way. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the VR chat devs like me a lot, like at all. And Twitch doesn't fucking like me either. Luckily, like I'm partnered now, so it's whatever. But like being underground, even though I like get to be myself and like the content is still, I think the content's like super good because I'm just myself and I don't give a fuck what other people think if
Yeah.
it's like monetizationable or not. Um, but it comes with like these consequences, like, oh, the devs don't like you because like your image isn't what they want to advertise, and like Twitch doesn't like you because you're not exactly like, you know, the goody two shoes. You're kind of like on the edge a bit, so it's like, oh, and YouTube doesn't want to monetize you, so I don't know. I kind of like constantly feel like an outcast among content creators, if that makes sense.
you're the real that one, Rumble.
Wait, what?
What? Yo, you didn't get my joke? Okay, so
I didn't hear it because I got a dono message, so I actually
uh,
didn't know. I just
I,
don't know what you
I
said.
said you are the real that one, Rebel. The whole purpose of my name is I'm like an outcast, but like not in the sense of like what you do. I'm more of the outcast, just like
Oh.
how I don't do everything. Because like there's like a generic well, like oh everyone's doing squats or everyone's lewd or you know whatever.
Mhm.
Like that's like the social norm. Like I played a dude for a year and a half. It was torture, but I did it because I wanted to. Because I wanted to be different than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I stood out. I mean, I had the beard and the suit and the rings, and everyone knew who I was. But at the end of the day, it didn't really do any favors for me in terms of branding. It felt like playing a
Mhm.
dude is just like, I mean, there's people that are successful that play dudes in VR chat. Like, look at Nags. Like, he plays a dude. So it's definitely, I just feel like playing a dude in VR chat, like what I was doing, I was playing like VR chat like hard mode, if that makes sense. There's a lot easier
Yeah, it's
ways.
definitely. I mean, it's definitely easier to like brand like a hot like anime like woman as VR chat, but like in terms of me, like uh I never like pretended I was a girl or whatever. Like I have girl models and I have like
Yeah,
guy models
I
or
never
whatever.
pretended.
But it's yeah, it's like there's definitely like easier ways to go about things. I definitely see some streamers where it's like, wow, this person's like definitely playing it on easy mode compared to me. Like especially when I was like running around in a guy avatar as a dude like late night while there's like all these
Mhm.
like hot female avatars like and they're girls or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, it's like yeah, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I always want to like be myself or whatever. I don't want to like play another character. I want people to watch and like me because of who I am, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh, I mean, for me, it's some people have asked me, and I talked about it many times, but like some people still don't like me. But at the end of the day, I always tell my chat like it doesn't matter what you do, people are just gonna dislike you regardless. You can't make everyone happy in
All
the
the
world,
time.
and that's like something I feel like that's like my life motto now because especially when I rebranded as this character, a lot of people didn't like. They're like, "Wow, dude, you're just like everybody else now. Now you're just a chick. Like, dude, you were different. Now you play a chick or nobody like. I don't want to talk to you anymore." I'm
Mhm.
like, "Oh, so because I play a female avatar, you're not gonna talk to me anymore? That's kind of dumb. Like reason. I'm gonna be honest with you."
Petty. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
like, wow, you're tight about that. There's like actual problems out there in the world, and you're fucking
First world
angry
problems,
because I
man.
switched models.
Yeah, I mean, I still have all the
Yeah.
models. Not like I just, it's not like I killed them off or anything. I can switch anytime felt like it. It's just like, and to be honest with you
Mhm.
here, even though I made like a very attractive model, like I actually don't even do anything with it. Like, I have like a bikini or whatever. But I actually don't even use it like half the time. I just sort of talk to people. I don't really. I just chill, you
Yeah,
know.
I
So
feel it. Mhm.
it just be like that sometimes. Yeah, everyone. It's a couple people in the chat are like, I miss the old rebel. I'm like, I don't know, I just didn't want to be that character anymore. It just wasn't fun for me. Like doing the same thing every single day, it just wasn't fun for me. And what's the most important for me is my happiness first. If I'm not happy, then it's not worth doing it.
Oh, well, you should tell that to any content creator. Like people always ask me like, "Hey, what should I stream?" Like I'm looking into becoming a streamer. And I always tell them like stream a game you want to stream, not something you like think you have to stream, because if you're not having fun streaming a game, like, chat's gonna feel that, you know what I mean? Like, if you're just like
Yeah.
pissy all the time playing a game you
Play
fucking
the
hate,
Fortnite.
then I mean, chat's gonna realize. Yeah, so just play a game like you enjoy and like you have fun playing, because at the end of the day, like, you're the one sitting there putting the hours down, right? Like, if people want to watch you, they'll watch you. Don't like go and play a game you fucking hate because you think you'll get viewers.
Exactly. People still say I'm
That's
crazy
always...
that I still play VR chat. Almost exclusively.
Yeah, I get that quite often too. People also just say I'm an asshole and like to spread malicious little rumors about me, even though they've never met me. It's nice.
It'd be like
I
that.
dig it.
Subtweeting, dude. Be like that.
I actually never really, I don't really follow my Twitter. I hardly see like VR chat stuff at all because I just follow so many artists. I just always see like anime titties and stuff. So I actually avoid like the VR chat drama. The only time I ever hear about it's when somebody like DMs it to me. Like they're like, "Hey, check this out. It's really funny." Yeah.
You know what? Let's take normally at because we're almost at an hour, so let's take some questions from the chat and some comments and things like that. So if you want to look at your chat and I'll look at mine, and we'll pick some questions. Someone asked like, didn't I change avatars recently, like to this? I did in June of this year. So I've been July, August, September, October, so a couple months. Obviously, some people haven't seen me for like a year, so like some people are like, "Whoa, you're a chick now." I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "It's just the way it is, man."
Yeah, I mean, with my avatar, like, I mean, it's usually a girl, like I'd say 80% of the time, but it changes form so much that I think I avoid that scrutiny, because like I literally have a Grinch body with this head on it, and then most recently I did a face swap for my face. I have a new emote where it's my OC, but as Squidward, squinting. So I have an avatar now where the face is Squidward with my face tats. And then I have a black version too. So like, my character's always kind of like morphed and changed to suit my needs. So I guess that's the perks of having variation in it instead of like a nailed down image.
Someone has a question. Flame Alpha says, "Is your avatar expired by Darling in the Franxx?"
So this particular, let me see if I can grab my camera so I can show the screen better. This particular one that I'm in, I'm actually wearing 02's suit, but it's all Gucci'd out and has a bunch of gold on it. So this actually is from Darling in the Franxx. This is just one of my outfits. Like, for example, if they choose to load. Typically, my avatar is just drawn in, like, streetwear. So, like, if you think of Off-White or Gucci, like, kind of expensive like designer clothing, because that's like that's kind of like my image and what I like to wear. So my avatars aren't loading, but yeah, on my
VR chat,
on my Twitter and Instagram, there's a lot of art of my character wearing just different stuff all the time. But yeah, this particular avatar that I'm in, this one is Darling in the Franxx entirely. I even have little horns, but they're gold. Where's the camera? See if I can.
Yeah,
I have little horns. I also have grills. You can't really tell, but I have diamond grills on this avatar.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah. Clout, dude. Clout. What's up?
So
what the hell am I in my room?
Do you have any questions from your chat? Anything at all?
Oh, let me see. Do you have a Minecraft skin with that head on it? I have some people have made Minecraft skins of my avatar.
Nice.
I think I have at least one of them.
Is this cute? Anytime you this.
Ruepocalypse wants to ask, I guess this is you. Do you film in front of a live audience? So we're both live streaming now.
Technically, I can show you. There's no one in the audience.
Oh, you mean in the room?
Yeah, in the room. Yeah, because
there are audience chairs.
Yeah, there's actually chairs there, but I've currently when I first started doing these interviews like 2 weeks ago, I did have a few people show up like in the audience, but like I don't know, people would join and then they'd just be like rude or like show up with like obnoxious avatars and just like be disrespectful. So I was just like, I have it all set up, but like just people were just being rude. So I was just like, no, I'm not having that shit. You're distracting. So you're just gonna watch from the chat, dude. Like, I'm sorry. And they would like constantly go in the camera. If you go in that camera, in the cube box thing, it like fucks with the whole thing. So like people are doing that. I told them
Yeah,
like
I
don't do
imagine like
that, and they do it. So I'm like, all right, no people sit in the audience then if you can't be quiet. So
yeah, it's pretty similar thing. Sometimes like all my VR chat content's pretty much like improv. Like I don't RP, but if I see like setup for like a funny kind of like little interaction or
yeah,
whatever, I kind of try and do it. And a problem I have in like a lot of the worlds is like I'll be there like trying to film something, right? Like
hmm
for example, let's say there's like a girl avatar or whatever, and I'm like, hey, what up, miss? You wanna go back to the private room? And then, they go back to the private room with me, but then the problem is like everyone else in the lobby wants to follow and like be a part of it.
oh
And it's like,
yeah,
dude, like I'm trying to just do like this one thing like with this person, like there's something funny happening and you guys are like really distracting, That's like
I
a
get what
problem
you
I
mean.
have
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
content creator.
That was the problem
Yeah.
for me last year when VR chat was booming. Was like I would do something and then like 20 people want to see the exact same thing. Like I used to like I guess entrapment. Basically, I used to have
Mhm.
an avatar called Trap Patrol where I basically was a cop. that went after. But basically, how it was is I had people that were guys that could do girl voices, and they would trick the person in the Void Club, and they'll take them to the private room, and then I'll bust the person like a minute later when they're getting a dance or whatever. And it is a
Okay.
joke. It was funny. But the
That's
problem
pretty good.
was
Yeah.
that like 10, 20 people would surround me, so like the person that like random, like they wouldn't know who I was, be like, why is there 20 people here? So like it just ruined the whole thing because like if everyone's around me, everyone knows there's some gimmick going on here, there's something stupid going on. And people are like, oh, he's gonna
Yeah.
trap the dude and do the thing, and the people would ruin it. So I'm like, bro. So
Yeah, kind of relatable, but like in terms of like repetition and stuff, I really feel for like the soundboard people on VR chat
mm,
because I just imagine like if you I sometimes I have an avatar that does something, right? Like, oh, you can pull the sleeve up and you have 10 Rolexes, right? And everyone's like, show them the Rolex, show them the Rolex. So I just imagine like people like well, I don't want to name names, but like people that do that, like they soundboard for their stream or their YouTube or whatever,
hmm
they're like out there doing it like 100 fucking times, and like man, like when I see a VR chat clip and it's like, oh, that's funny, like that avatar is really good, like rips its face off and scares you,
yeah.
or like like a clown that does something funny, whips a hot dog out instead of a penis. I can only watch that like once or twice before it's like I've literally seen this exact same thing, like
Oh, I
twice
see.
already. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
get what you
watch it
mean.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hundred times more. Yeah,
That was
like
for
repetition to me
yeah,
gets very
yeah.
tiring.
I get what you mean. Like that's well, for a while I did the whole like entrapment thing, but it got boring really quick because people found out that I was doing it. Like
Yeah,
random people, they're like, "Oh, you're that dude that tricks people and stuff like." I was like, "Oh, ruined." Like now everyone knows what I'm
yeah.
doing.
Like now I can't fucking do it because you know
Yeah,
the joke.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I get what you mean. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of content creators that focus on avatars and making memes, but like at least they try to make new avatars all the time. But it takes a lot of effort to make like a good meme, and
that's
then
what I'm saying. Like I respect the hustle because I imagine you just have to like constantly just like shit avatars out because like
yeah,
let's say you work for a week on one avatar. In a day, I imagine you're exhausted of using it. If you're going around to every world, like trying to scare someone or like make someone laugh with like a funny animation,
hmm
it's like in a day you have to be like exhausted. Like I don't want to do this anymore. Like
like
I've watched my own animation that I spent a week on like 40 fucking times today.
like Loathline, he makes avatars almost every day, make memes every day.
Yeah,
So like it's the hustle, man.
I can't stand avatar creating anymore. I used to do it, but like avatars break all the time. And then it's like you go through 18 variants and like one thing is wrong, and then you finally fix it, and you're like, I want to make a new one. So that's when I decided I'm just gonna get other people to do my
Yeah,
avatar.
it's yeah, it's really annoying. Same
It's
with Worlds
really
too.
time consuming. A lot.
But we can take some other questions as well.
Leave your questions in chat if you have any.
Yeah, we'll take like one or two more. We're over an hour now, so we'll be wrapping up shortly.
I have, I have no idea what my chat's talking about.
Yeah, that's typically what happens. Like there's people that
They'd
are
be
like,
like,
"Hey, you have your opportunity to ask a question," and they're just like dicks. I'm like,
What is your
okay.
favorite game genres? I like shooters, I like horror games, and I like RPGs. That's like basically everything. But like my favorite games of all time, I'm a huge Halo 3 fan. It's like one of my favorite games. I've played it for years. KOTOR, like Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. It's my favorite RPG. And then Jet Set Radio Future. It's a really cool, cel-shaded, rollerblading, spray paint, graffiti Japanese game type thing with a lot of music and cool stuff. Those are like my 3 favorite games of all time. But yeah, I guess, yeah.
For me, I'm all over the place. Like, I have too many games I play. Like, I'll give you an example. I like survival horror, more so than actually just straight up like jump scare stuff. I like when like you like Resident Evil, you know, like you survive, you have a gun, you have to kill
You
zombies.
run out of bullets, stuff
yeah,
like that.
I like stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like that's like Silent Hill or Resident Evil.
Would you
series.
consider like Dead Space a survival horror because you
Yeah.
have like limited ammo and like health
Yeah.
packs? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's survival horror.
Cool.
I love Dead Space.
Yeah.
It was terrifying when it first came out, but when I like later in my life, I played it and it was a lot of fun. I played 1 and 2.
I replayed it and I went through that game like fucking Iron Man. Like, I only used the plasma cutter and I was an absolute killing. Like playing it as a kid, I was like mortified and I felt really
Yeah.
weak. But like if you know how the game works, you actually just walk through and you can like plasma cut everything in like 2 shots, and then you like punch the shit out of things.
Yeah.
It's really sad that the game
The
series kind of fell apart with
let's
the
see.
3rd one.
Well, yeah, that and the company that made it, what's it, Visceral Studios,
Games.
They
Yeah.
closed down permanently. I mean, I think you
Yeah,
can buy the
EA
rights.
shut them down.
Just give me a couple million, $100 million, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, it's like something weird happened when Dead Space 3 and Lost Planet 2 came out. I'm like a really huge nerd when it comes to like games and like pop
Yeah.
culture and stuff. But like when Dead Space 3 came out, Lost Planet 3 also came out, and they like switched identities where like Lost Planet was this like really actiony game where you'd fight
Yeah.
a bunch of like these insectoid creatures,
In the
right?
snow,
That
yeah.
turned into a very snowy survival horror game where it's like, oh, this Lost Planet's like very survival horror and scary. And then Dead Space, which was like a very, originally the first one, it was like a very survival horror game, and the second
Space
one was more
station stuff.
action-packed. It turned into like a co-op action with horror elements
And
kind of game.
nice.
They like switched identities.
Yeah, in the snow.
And both of them fucking died as a result of it, because like Dead Space fans got Lost Planet and Lost Planet fans got like Dead Space, and they're like, this isn't the fucking game series that I've like come to love. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
But yeah.
I mean, Halo's another like good game I played throughout my life. I never really liked like the later Halos, like 4 and 5, but like 1, 2,
No one
3
does.
was the
Yeah.
stuff, man. It's
Classics.
coming back to PC, man. And-
MCC?
Yep.
Ooh, I have big things planned for MCC when it's on PC. Like big things.
Hell
It'll be
yeah.
exciting.
I like
Yeah.
I like a lot of zombies stuff. I don't know why. I used to watch like The Walking Dead.
I think
and stuff.
zombies are just like fun all the time. You know, like Left 4 Dead,
Yeah.
Dead Rising. It's
Yeah.
like super fun.
Hell yeah, dude! Dead Rising is one of my favorite games. Even though it's old as fuck and it's like dated, but, like it was fun.
It's still
going around the
enjoyable. I
mall.
was playing it recently on stream.
Bam, just fucking.
It's
bop
just
some
it's so
zombies.
sandboxy, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you make your own fun. The zombies are slow and stupid, and you have every gadget at your disposal
Yeah, just
to
use
fuck
the
'em up.
lawnmower and just fucking. Just run.
If you ever have game talks, invite me on. I do a podcast every week where we talk about games, usually Halo.
Hell yeah.
But if you ever do game talks,
Um.
let me
Well,
know.
yeah, I do plan on since you mentioned it, I do plan on doing like actual podcasts because there is six chairs in this studio I can show, in the whole set here. So I just switched the cameras, and I did do like
So
one
many.
podcast, but it was for RP stuff. It was for Ascension Academy, which is an RP and VR chat, run by
Mhm.
Karita and if you know Chips and all them. They do RP stuff. It's like Hogwarts, but
Yeah.
they're their own version of it. So I had a podcast for that, and then they showed me the whole map, which is kind of cool, because like they made their own map for the roleplay, like from like not, I don't know if it's from scratch, but they did it all, and like this map's huge. Like they have like so many different buildings. Like it's like fucking like they're planning on making a whole city too. I was like, what the fuck? Like what? Like for roleplay?
Yeah, I saw pictures of it. It looks pretty neat. There's also like a Hogwarts map that it's really empty, but if you like just exploring maps with your friends, like
Yeah.
that one's really fun too. You can get into a lot of little adventure stuff. That's another thing I like doing in VR chat. Is like when there's like a world that you can like explore. Like this city back here looks super cool. I'm one of the people that like I have this obsession with climbing things in VR chat.
Yeah.
Like not with my hands, but like sitting there and like spamming jump. Electric Sands, I climbed all the way up to the top of the pipe, and the girl's like, "Why'd you do that?" It's like, that's like a 10-minute walk, and then you have to spend like 30 minutes climbing up. And I'm like, "Yeah, I had to." There was a Guilty Gear map where it's like, you're just on a little balcony, but across from you is this giant tower, and in it at the top is like this purple sphere with the main girl from Guilty Gear, whichever. And it's not climbable, but I managed to climb it. Like, I sat there for like 3 hours and climbed it. I like adventure stuff in VR, like exploring things that you wouldn't be able to see.
Awesome.
Speaking of, really quick, Dead Rising. You said you like Dead Rising?
Yeah.
There's a Dead Rising map in VR chat.
Yeah, Wilmette Mall.
It's the whole thing. There are so many cool things you just never notice when you're playing the game that you notice in VR. Like you can go up and read the magazines and like look at the posters and like all the details and stuff.
It's because
I love that when people import ripped stuff from games.
Well, it's because the first game was made by the Japanese devs, like the Japanese Capcom, and they spent a lot more time on random details. Like you can see like a lot of the magazines, there's actually like stuff written in there. There's like a bunch of like
Lost Planet's one of the DVDs, like another Capcom game. It's one of the DVDs you can rent. Yeah. And all the books have titles too. And like there's a bunch of toys, like just in the toy section, there's a bunch of like low resolution, like there's like Ducky Duck and like Attack Rex and a bunch of Ratman figures. It's really cool to see all the details. Like yeah.
Dead Rising, man.
It's neat.
Maybe we'll get Dead Rising 5 and a comeback.
Yeah, maybe it won't be bad like
4
and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 was the last good one, honestly.
I mean, they also made
like, let's make Dead Rising 2 off the record, which is just a re-release of 2.
Yeah, it was alright. And then 3 was whatever, dude. And the 4 is just like, yo, let's bring back Frank, and he comes back to Willamette Mall, and then there's just like, you just use one weapon in the entire game or something. It was terrible.
Dude, what's Dead Rising 3 launched at the Xbox One. I got the Xbox One the day it came out, and I was waiting for Halo, but like I got Dead Rising as like, you know, like launch title, and me and my friend were playing it. They have Connect features on there, where the idea, stupid fucking idea, even worse in practice, but basically, the bosses, you can talk to them with your Connect, and it fucks them up and makes them go crazy and like either stuns them or like, you know, slows them down. So like halfway through the boss, a little thing would pop up in the left and it's like, yell, you're crazy. But the Xbox Connect sucked and wouldn't recognize when you're like, you're crazy. So you'd have to be there like, you're crazy. And it wouldn't recognize it, so you'd try in a bunch of voices. Just sitting there yelling, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're... And it was so fucking stupid and bad.
That's so dumb.
What the fucking fuck? OG Xbox One Connect integrated games, dude.
Oh my god.
I will say Connect was a lot cooler, like, before streaming, like, I would just use... I don't really play my Xbox anymore. I just PC everything, because Xbox is doing the right thing by hopping to PC. But I would just use my Xbox as like a home theater system. So I'd be like, Xbox, go to Crunchyroll, play fucking, you know, Sister New Devil, and then I'd just like relax. And then I'd be like, Xbox, turn off. So yeah, that was cool. But like integrating into games was not so cool.
All right. Well, on that note, we've been going for I believe just over an hour now. And usually I like to keep it around 1 hour so we don't go like for 2 hours or something. But anyway, on that note, is there anything that you want to like plug or talk about? This is your time and shine to be like, hey, this is my Twitter, this is my Twitch, my YouTube. I'm working on stuff.
Yeah, sure. I'm live every single night on Twitch. SNOWSOS on YouTube. SNOW space SOS. Also SNOWSOS on Twitter. I have an Instagram and Twitter, both at SNOWSOS1. Ooh. But yeah, I post videos every day on Instagram. Like a lot of little funny little snippets. Twitter, I just mainly retweet hentai and memes, so don't follow me there if you don't like those. And then YouTube, I post like once a week, and then Twitch, I'm live every single day. Also, I have a Discord. You can probably find me if you just Google me.
Awesome.
Yeah, those are my links.
Sirius is my man. Just a hentai. Hell yeah.
All right. Do you want to plug yourself for my viewers really quick?
Sure. My name is That One Rebel. On Twitch, on Twitter, it's Rebel_VR. On YouTube, I don't really do YouTube anymore, but if you're curious, it's That One Rebel 55. And then Discord, I guess you're just gonna have to click to my Twitch to figure that one out, because it's just a bunch of random numbers and shit. And
Yeah, I have the same thing.
I do these talk shows almost every single day. So if you like these, come by, and I interview various people. I interviewed Landfear and Oathmill yesterday, 2 mutes. So yeah, I interviewed mutes too, by the way. Nothing's impossible, gamers. Just saying. You can do almost anything in VR chat, you know, even interview a mute. Yeah, I don't know. I role play sometimes. I just screw around in VR chat. Mostly just a VR chat person. Just having fun, hanging out, exploring worlds, hanging out with my friends. That's basically what I am. Just chill vibes. But yeah, that's my name. That One Rebel. That's it. All right. I think that's it, my gamer, my dude.
Alright,
so
cool.
the last thing that I like to do is take a selfie of each person. So we're gonna be doing that in a second, and that's pretty much it, dude.
All right, cool. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, man. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. Would you like to come back
Hey,
at a
no
later
problem.
time? Like.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had fun. Good time. Good talk.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let me set this camera up. Stuff. Hold on, I'm just turning off the chairs because it has many times where I would try to take a picture and I magically sit in the chair and it like messes up. So.
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, you gotta fix the camera.
Is this a photo camera? What do I have right here?
Yeah, make sure it's photo, because if you go with stream, it's you'll take a picture, but
Yeah.
it won't work. I learned that the hard way. So.
You want me to make a face?
Sure,
Hold on, I got you.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. I hate this camera sometimes. There you go. Oh, we'll take a couple pictures, by the way. Always take a couple, because you never know. Look at this. Number 1. Look at this. Boom. Alright, you need any more? We good?
I took one. I'm good. Unless you want to take some more.
I'm good.
It's up to you.
Alright, game.
All right, excellent.
We're all
Alright,
good
dude.
now. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me on.
Yeah, dude. Oh, head pats.
Woo.
Oh my god.
Woo.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Oh,
my stop. My
my
scalp is sensitive, bro. You can't-
dude, my phantom sense,
Don't
dude.
tickle me. Dude, I met a girl who's like, I have desktop phantom sense. I was like, no, you fucking
Wait, what?
don't.
I don't know about that, man.
She doesn't have VR. She just plays in desktop. She's like, I have phantom sense. And I'm like, you fucking don't. Shut up. There's no way.
Dude, you know what? I get phantom boners.